Lu pengen pengen bisnis bagaimana?
Bisnis gitu rungkat. Udah pernah
Bisnis apa?
ngasih unit, tapi itu sebenarnya bisa juga kayak ke pemerintahan. Jadi tuh lu unit lu yang nyicil mereka kan.
Iya, mereka yang nyicil.
Gue pernah bisnis gitu, Bu, tapi dibawa kabur dua mobil, dua Avanza.
Nah,
Dibawa kaburnya itu bukan sama orang ini ya, sama orang yang supirnya itu yang sering
orang
dipakai.
leasing.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Kalau PT-nya mah
Enggak,
kagak.
ini aja.
Ngeri, makanya gue trauma kalau bisnis
Gue yang
bisnis
awal,
yang mobil-mobilan gitu, yang unit-unitan gitu.
gue awasin gitu. Jadi gue cariin yang kontraknya lama, tahun
Wah,
kayak
saya
dua
anjir.
tahun kayak.
Ya kan, kalau abang ada yang benar mah bener, tapi gue sih awalnya bener, Bu. Awalnya bener, Bu, sampai
Hmm.
3 tahun itu bener, Bu. 3 tahun
Hmm.
lebihan lah, udah menjelang mau 5 tahun 4 tahun. Ya mungkin dia tahu kali ya, karena kan
Hmm.
mobilnya itu kan bukan, gue nggak bakal bisa kontrol kan yang
Berarti nggak dipasang GPS ya?
dipasang tetep gue pasang. Namanya orang itu kadang gitu, Bud. Sedangkan kalau udah ditangkap gue harus tembus. Nah, lu ngerti lah.
Iya.
Males gue anjir. Lu udah ketangkap sama polisi, mau barangnya mau balik, bukan asal ngambil aja, ngerti kan lu maksud gue?
Iya, tahu. Paham.
Makanya gue udah
Permainan
eh,
permainan mereka, permainan mereka.
makanya gue udah, ya udahlah. Ya emang sih orangnya mah udah di penjara kayak gitu. Cuma, ya kayak lu dibegal motor lu hilang, belum tentu motor lu balik, Cok.
Hmm.
Bener gak? Ya sama kayak begini.
Ur aja yuk, ur.
Nanti dulu, ntar dulu.
Itu makanya gue males gue. Itu makanya gue modalnya soalnya besar. Biawa kan juga bisnis kayak gitu tuh, sampai sekarang masih
Sejalan ya?
masih satu mobil ya, di puskesmas barangnya, apa mobilnya. Tapi kalau itu dia udah bener sih, udah berjalan berapa tahun gitu.
Biasanya kan kalau per 5 tahun ganti dia.
Iya, jadi kita nggak nyicil ke apa, tapi kita punya mobil dalam 5 tahun, tahu kan?
Ya. Ah,
Itu udah mainan gue zaman dulu. Dulu dua
ntar
mobil,
gue cariin.
dua Avanza gue, Cuk. Enggak dua sih, tiga sih,
Kalau
tiga
mobil-mobil,
Avanza, tapi duanya itu hilang.
kalau mobil-mobil kecil ya, gitu, memang.
Kalau mobil berat kan pasti lebih mahal lagi biji, makanya gue modalnya gede man.
Kalau yang
Kalau kita kan,
mau
kalau kita awalnya kan kalau mobil-mobil kecil gitu modalnya itu cuma bayar DP aja, bro.
bayar DP ya,
Kayak misalkan di mobil Avanza berapa, gue DP-in 70 juta, bener nggak? mobilnya mobilnya datang, ya kan? Mobilnya datang nih, pakai sama dia, dibikin surat, ya kan? Nanti bakalan ngebayar dia tiap bulannya, paham kan maksud gue? Begitu.
iya.
Nanti dalam 5 tahun, mobil selama kan kontraknya 5 tahun tuh, kontrak cicilannya juga 5 tahun, selama 5 tahun udah lunas mobilnya kita ambil gitu.
Kalau ini enggak, dia menunggu kontrak turun. Nah, kontrak turun, unit baru turun. Jadi nggak kita
Ya,
beli unit dulu.
tapi kan lu kalau alat berat gitu modalnya lebih besar dari mobil kecil biji.
Lumayan, lumayan.
Makanya gue nggak mau
DP
lah.
biasa sih. DP
Terbat
biasa
terbat.
300.
Gue mau beli UC dulu.
Iya, kalau gua kan mobil kecil but, apa lah daya but.
Lo ayo main ini lagi. Gas nih. Ganti dulu.
PW dulu kita. Roni mana dia?
Mau kalau main ini mainan orang tua mau?
Mainin orang tua orang apa bi?
Mainan orang tua tuh kayak ini. Kayak jual beli nota timbang.
Apa itu?
Beli nota timbang.
Maksudnya kalau gimana?
Jadi si driver ngangkut nih. Ngangkut kan, ditimbang, numpah, dia dapat nota dong. Nah, dapat nota, kita yang cairin. Nanti invoice itu dari perusahaan. Itu mainan orang tua tuh. Gue sekarang mau ini.
Ya, tapi kan modalnya gede baju.
Dulu. Agak. Gua kemarin modal berapa? 50 juta?
Lu kalau mau karet, Pak Ayo main karet tuh.
Iya, gua mau main karet juga nih. Mau coba-coba karet sawit.
Cuma karet itu kan apa namanya?
Udah kenyang.
Tariknya itu per berapa bulan biji? Tahun kali ya?
Maksudnya kayak gimana?
Karet.
Wah, agak.
Berapa?
Sekali kok.
Mana?
Lah, minggu sekali.
Iya. Ayo kok nggak seminggu sekali sih?
Dia ngepul, dia paling ngepul itu.
Enggak.
Terus dikeringin.
Oh dia ngepul sendiri dia.
Nah sudah kalau ngepul emang
enggak,
gitu.
Ayo punya banyak cuk. Berapa hektar dia cuk pohon karet?
Iya, terus dikeringin.
Yuk, ini dulu ya. Main ini dulu cuk, main WoW dulu.
Tapi tim belum siap di.
Lu ini dulu Bud.
Masih boleh.
Apa? Kok nggak bisa?
Gimana?
Makan timnya nggak bisa cuk.
Belum download.
Apa gue ya?
Iya.
Udah cuk.
Ada Ultimate Royal Training anjir.
Mana? Coba.
Oh ini apaan cuk? Gua download. Kalian belum download?
Duh, gua dulu. Magical Gun.
Sekarang
Magical Gun.
Lagi ini Bud. Jadi kesibukan bukan.
Kesibukan. Apa ya? Ngeplok aja kayak.
Gue mau touring gua anjir.
Mau touring.
Touring jauh-jauh aja.
Anak lo masih kecil.
Hah?
Bali lah sini.
Anak lo masih kecil.
Apa? Istri gua ada si
Ini
mana nih? Kok nggak bisa play? Bentar ya. Ini ngapain cok? Hah? Ini ngapain Bud?
gimana?
Ini maksudnya ngapain nih?
Agak tahu gua, menunggu pemain satu. Nunggu.
Gak bisa, harus orang 4 kayaknya deh.
Harus 4 orang 4 ini.
dalam 23 detik. Cepat ya. Ya udahlah, keluar aja.
Ulang lagi.
Kita ini, Cuk. Kalau ramean enak nih main yang point blank itu, Cuk. Bisa masang set A gitu-gitu loh. Ya. Bentar.
Akhirnya punya Scar Error kill match.
Buset.
Set.
Buset.
Nah, bentar, mana ini ya? Gua bau yang mode 2 versus 2 ini.
Ku hanya ingin lupa.
Mana ini? Download bot.
Bentar, udah. Udah selesai.
Ibu di Wih, gua mau Budi. Yes.
Orangnya di mana sih?
Susah ya. Udah lama, Cuk.
Marked a location.
Cek.
Cek.
Oke.
Sulit ya ini.
Budi curang, ngepron Budi.
Ngepron.
Gimana tuh? Bang, headshot bang, bentar bang. Hilang.
Mau ini jauh-jauhan doang. Bisa diras, Cuk. Pakai mobil, Bud.
Bisa ada mobil jadi bawah. Jangan lah ngeras. Diras beneran dong.
Ngong.
Mas, Bud. Si bot ke sana cuy. Si bot. Dia.
Attack the mark.
Manjay.
Gue sambil ngecas, frame drop banget, sumpah. Jadi nggak enak. Ini grafiknya.
Hmm.
Wah, reset dulu, jangan diras, reset dulu. Reset dulu.
Kaget ya.
Berisik kek katanya. Berisik kek.
Itu kalau bahasa Bali itu kamu.
Hmm.
Bang, nomor 1, bang. Bang, orang Bali ini.
Jadi atas itu.
Woi,
Mati dengan itu. Ting ting.
gua ngepick Budi anjir.
Dia AFK ya?
Kelihatan. Enggak masih. Ini lagi ngurus gua.
Kira AFK dia.
Gua ngepick Budi. Ini nggak kelihatan. Gua belum nge-heal.
Lagi.
Wih, kalah cuma.
Kalah.
Tuh.
Syarat ini.
Mana masih kalah?
Ya ganti.
Loh.
Mana sih? Deket.
Satu ya.
Anjay.
Buat lagi. Gua sampai gua dia satu guys. Itu
Gak mati lu.
Aduh.
Aduh.
Kebalik lagi gua.
Karat dia put.
makasih bang. Tuh.
Maju dia put, maju
Watch
dia put.
out.
Lawan put. Lur.
Kocak banget, kocak. Apa tadi lagi?
Ya udah orang cuma buat hebat aja kok bang. Serius gua kata bang gitu. Kamu ya.
Ya kan?
Tanya.
Gua kayak lagi nonton ngamen lu bang.
Bet.
Aku ada mak.
Lepas
Iya,
aja.
Gua cak. Gua. Hmm.
Kalau gua kenok nggak usah di vape apa bang? Gua lagi nggak mood main soalnya. Ya kata ya oke, nggak mood pakai.
Set.
Wah, gimana lu, Bot? Gimana lu, Bot?
Nggak kelihatan. Tata.
Usah.
Di batu.
Di pocin ya.
Hmm.
Gimana pak? Hmm, dia ngeliat gua nggak ngeliat dia. So.
Help!
Anjir, si Bot coba biji. Maju dia, Bot. Awas, Bot. Ada yang maju, Bot, di sebelah kiri, Bot. Oh, Bot, ternyata, Bot. Oh, nice, Bot. Satu lagi, Bot. Lawan Bot tuh. Lawan Bot. Dia tahu, Bot. Itu aja. Banyak.
Wah najis. Posisinya kayak enak.
Ada mobil bat. Ini lagi.
Ya, produk.
Ini nomor lagi loh. Oh bisa belanja cak.
Bisa ya?
Nanti dulu.
Buat semua yang itu cok.
Apa tuh? Tang ting 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 tang tang ting ting.
Mana mobilnya? Gede banget.
Tahu, Bot.
Mobilnya pindah cak.
Siapa tuh yang pindah tuh?
Attack the
Satu.
mark!
Per satu. 2-1. Mati loh. Yang tembakan tuh.
Help!
Aduh.
Attack the mark!
Alah, ghostot gua. Parah bang. Gol.
Parah, hoak banget.
Parah. Itu kan di parah. Badan
Jangan ini, sekali lagi, jangan yang ini. Bud, lu udah nge-record kan, Bud?
Belum kuat dia.
Bud, lu udah nge-record kan?
Di-record, Cuk.
Bud.
Sekarang beli rambut itu nggak bisa langsung milih kayak waktu itu ya, harus di kotak sekarang. Diseleksi.
Yang ngikutin kayak gituan. Budi.
Oi.
Udah kan ya, udah di-record ya? Terus sekali lagi.
Udah.
Lu record lagi.
Tar.
Itu baru kita main UR. Cari satu lagi, apa ya? Coba.
Itu lucu banget lagi.
Aku mau beli itulah apa S12K yang ini. Yang
Beli.
3 versus 3 tas R.
Coba.
Agak ada nongol gua.
Akhirnya punya S12K ini juga. Let's get it on. Back to be your friend.
Udah download belum?
Ini jaringan Telkomsel apa?
Kapuk.
Iya. Coba.
Gak bisa.
0,2 doang lah. Tar. Download. 0,2 MB doang. Nah, dah. Bentar.
Melawan pergi.
Cintaku padamu betul kembali. Aku akan menjauhi.
Watch out!
Selamat.
Mana?
Bisa stop ya, dulu di sana kuat untuk di rumah ini.
Watch out!
Lah.
Anjir. Sakit gua biji. Sakit gua biji. Tebut itu coba tebut itu. Aduh.
Help!
Temen kita ayam kebut.
Mana? AFK.
Kebut, maju aja, Bud. Kontrolnya.
Di balik batu. Ayo, Bud.
Apaan sih anjir? Biji lu.
Jago teman gua.
Ya.
Help! Watch out! Help! Watch out!
Mana lagi nih? Wih, di bawah situ rupanya.
Help!
Biji muri.
Speed.
Help!
Gue yang headshot dong.
Help! Help!
Biji. Sabar dong, Budi.
Bukan gua. Tim gua.
Apa lagi?
Tim gua jago. Salah ini.
Help!
Sakit, Cuk. Bot.
Gimana lagi menurutnya?
Maju ya. Maju Bud.
Help! Help!
Maju.
Enggak maju Bud.
Ini baru maju.
Watch out! Help! Help!
Ngapain tuh biji?
Di sini, beneran.
Help!
Anjir gak mati cu. Anjir. Ayo orang Myanmar, ayo let's go Myanmar. Turun tuh dia.
Ente.
Wah, anjir, giliran dia di atas. Sakit juga sih Budi. Ijil Bud.
Mana itu orang yang menembak?
Watch out!
Tengkurap. Dia kena.
Budi.
Salah. Lu batu aja.
Help!
Cuk biji cuk. Nice. Satu lagi bot, ajar bot, tinggal satu bot. Maju tinggal satu, lawan. Bot,
Help.
bot.
Ya Allah, gak ngetik.
Watch
tuh
out.
nomor 1.
Nomor satu biji ya.
Alah. Ini aja tuh, Bat. Lo parah itu dah. Jadi mati ya.
Majuin aja bud, majuin aja bud.
Maju. Oh, jalannya makin ini.
Tembak, Bang. Tembak.
Ngapain dia? Astaga, pusing gua.
Tim gue jago. Sebelah
Watch
balik.
out!
Oh, di belakang anjir.
Help!
Ih, kena lu budi biji.
Help!
Taga temen gua cu. dia lempar bom di tengah aja. Di ini aja.
Oh. Main. Dia nggak lihat dong awalnya.
Di atas.
Wait.
Depan lah.
Coba.
Help!
Mati cu.
Iya. Naik. Belum 2 kali tuh.
Help!
Biji. Bang, majuin bang, anjir. Tembak bang.
Di rumah deh kayaknya tahu ini. Gari.
Nyangkut gue. Kena dong. Bro, gua enggak.
Help! Watch out!
Nomor 1 nggak ada kontribusinya, Cok. Satu
Mark the
ngapain?
location.
Gak mau dia nge-repap. Sumpah gak mau nge-repap dia.
Satu nggak ada kontribusinya.
Help!
Sakit tuh. Si Budi biji. Maju dia.
Apa ya?
Itu ngomong apa sih?
Ini nomor 2 nih udah sana.
Kena dong gua. Melotot sendiri aja.
Budi. Ngambil di mana?
Di atap rumah apa? Ini di sini. Mantan di luar. Balkonnya ya. AFK dia di balkon.
Ini rasanya. Ini ngomong apa sih anjir? Budi kok.
Jual sendiri. Berjuang sendiri deh.
AFK dia.
Di rumah tenda.
Holy weh.
Waduh, kena lagi. Aib kan nih dalam. Maju. Maju.
Satu kali lagi ya.
Mana
Aku lagi nangis
mana
nih.
I need consumables.
Ini nih kalau malam suka kayak anakku.
Biasa tuh. Kalau siangnya
Help!
Terus gua gituin kan gua dulu.
mana lu, Bet?
Anjir pas banget tuh. Gimana lempar tuh? Di dalam
Watch out.
AFK deh. Di rumah. Lempar moli aja gitu.
Watch out!
David.
Put, gue udahan dulu Put. Nah, gue rewel banget.
Oke deh. Kita lagi deh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bat.
And that is it. Welcome back once again now to the continuation of the first day of the grand finals. It is us here going straight towards round number 4, and we're going back to Air Wrangle. My name is Warden, and we are, my name is Contra. No, my name is Warden, and we have Contra as well. And you know, let's just get it on, bro. I'm lost for words. I've been losing myself. These games have been pretty close, and I gotta say, man, I've grown such a big heart for the Vietnamese crew already, man. Back to back to back, Vietnam all the way through.
And we just need to love them, man. Like, the way that they are performing is just absolutely otherworldly, right? The way that they've been able to really back those wins and different styles of their own. Of course, different names altogether coming from VX and VKE as well as Team Flash. The only ones right now that hasn't really shown us some convincing moves is Team Secret, but hey, they actually played pretty well inside of Wrangle, so maybe it could this be a chicken dinner for each respective teams, or maybe it's a change coming along, because
Team
early
Secret.
on it could be anyone out there. So you're going for Team Secret already?
Yep, Team Secret all the way, bro. I want to see the full squad of Vietnam here bag this one through, bro. I'm still staying towards Team Secret.
Okay, if that's gonna be the case, I'm gonna change things up. I feel like they will eventually pass the torch, right? So I'm going for APG this time, where they've been managing to take up a decent fight. Just in Miramar, it's always been multiple teams that gang up upon them. So maybe with the amount of space that's being provided, APG could actually take one for themselves.
But we'll see about it. An APG, I've been a pretty big fan for them actually. You know, when I remember casting my first initial days with APG back in their old organization, For Miracle Vibes, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so yeah, I'm happy to see them. Let's see if they're gonna be able to actually get this one on. After all, they got some pretty top dogs in their squad there, and elimination is truly not a problem for them, especially in the map of Wrangle.
Yeah, and overall, you know, like, I guess like I voted for Vampire Esports initially, and then I just think that, yeah, it's been 3 games in a row now. I think that these guys are definitely top fragging, so to speak. But then again, they couldn't really land the finishing touch. I just want to add a little bit more points to my tally just to be a little bit more sure about how things go. But hey, at least Team Flash kind of earned me that 4 points. So yay, finally in the lead for the first time on the predictions.
Yeah, you got 4 to your name, man. I don't know what you've been eating. I don't know what you've been dosing up into, but what if for sure you've been getting all your arcs pretty spot on. Much more so over. It could have been 5th as well, but Vampire Esports actually coming in 2nd off the vote that you actually had on the 2nd round. But hey, let's get it on. 7 seconds separates us from the 4th round in South Carolina, the first day of the grand finals. It is going to be going back to the El Clasico map of Wrangle.
Here we go, and once again we're being treated with another teaser coming in from the island side. So last time round, when we kickstart our first match here in the grand finals, went all the way down the island, and Vampire Esports seemingly had the tendency to either choose Primos or even the island itself. So now there's both for choice. If they don't really want to take the islands, sure, they can just work all the way across towards the far western end. Talent Esports, as per usual, moving into Nova, then they will be joined alongside with APG inside of the Millie base. So, the big question now remains is that, you know, some of these guys, they've been having some of all these areas that they're battling for inside of the playoffs. T2K, they're happy that, you know, they get to take that claim inside of 70, since that ASI8, they're no longer there to disrupt them so far. So, that I want to see a little bit more coming in from inside of T2K as well. That's definitely one big prediction coming in from our dear producers moving into this match.
Definitely. And, you know, we're looking at it, it is definitely going to be a pretty safe ball fly fast overall. Now we take a look at the strike. And look at the... What is that robotic thing going on there? But what if for sure it is going to be that fights coming through here for set of 4 thrives. And the first blood will be ensued by the players of 7-9. IQ on the roll.
Wow, big opener coming in from the side of U-High. And funny enough, I mean, that flight path goes towards the left side and the circle is going on the right. A small chance that it still ends up in Novo, but highly unlikely. It's still a tough call though. It's very interesting that this could potentially go up into the lumber hills of Milta or Milta itself. So we'll have to see how this one pans out for the side of 7-9. They're going for a chase, and enough coming to a close, but couldn't really find the mark just yet.
It's definitely been horrific here for these squads. Top definition here. Our trap's gonna be taking a bit slow, and quite unfortunately, you do lose Falak quite early on. Get this man here, just holding his trigger down. Oh, Mazel doesn't actually know he's gonna be there. But Force Drives only has a double barrel shotgun to be played as well, so you can't afford to miss the shot, so he is definitely hesitating.
Yeah, when you don't really have the numbers to actually churn, you just gotta find some pickoffs in order to turn the tides around. And it's really down to this member who's only got a 2 bullet pump on his hands for now. Not even grenades, so to speak. So it's gonna be Farron now, career aggressing, and over on the side, it seems like T24 does get the drop over onto Dia. And he's only got the revolver, he's hiding inside the smoke. And this battle by the corners hospital is the first time that we're getting between Alter Ego and Tribe Armacy.
A bit of a stalemate here on the hospital side. And there's going to be a shot there as well. There for set of 4 thrives. Finds one player there. Bottom out of the screen. But a trade will be given as well. But it's out of 7-9. It's a back and forth battle there for 4 thrives. But 7-9 looking to have the better lap at it. There's only going to be 2 players remaining here for set of 4 thrives. They're not able to get the Initial shot. Explosive arrow, no connection whatsoever. If only he decides to swing towards the right side, pops one to the floor, not able to get the connection. Might just be able to get another knock now, but T24 OP just missing his shots.
Yeah, he knows that there's now 2 players over in the corner, and he has to play it really smart. Where exactly is Naki? Naki is just trying to help him out from the back end. Amazon now being retrieved, but I don't think that they found any first aid kits just yet. From the health bars, and here comes the swing, going back to the hospital. It's Krypton punish. It's always Gante, but he gets dropped instead. Thank goodness Trinks was there to back him up, and now they're going charging for a whole lot more. Delta with the micro Uzi gets blinded with the smokes right in front of his face, and oh, down the stretch. He's got this double cross being set right over the corner. Badru allowed to actually surf right in. And now Alba, Badru, they got Delta absolutely boxed out.
Big ol' spray! A lava! Pops one down. Fiber Massey Delta down to the ground. Alter Guerreras. Mission True here. It's a pretty heavy fight here inside of the hallway. And Rosemary able to get another pop to the face. And from the back, a lava finds Strix down. Fiber Massey now here only having 1 player to rely on inside of this round. As Alter Ego Eris washes him away.
That was such a decisive strike coming from the side of Alter Ego. I'm just so surprised. Even with the crossfire, they could not really find it all. And it was that collateral for Rosemary. That was stuff of beauty. Now we go back into third period. They have yet to really scores rake final member out. So that really secures it. All 4 points for the side of Alter Ego. And now they finally secure a knock. And now the rest of Sem9 moving up the stairwells. T24, he's got the QBZ in hand though. Can he puncture through?
Pushing through here. To get another. Oh, the bow and arrow actually connects with one, but T24 OP. And an AR, able to get a spray. Looking to get another now. Shotgun in the hands. Able to secure Satria down. Looking to get another, but the bomb through the window. Enough to eliminate the rest of the composition of 4th rounds. Pakistan is out.
Oh. Heartbreaking, but that was great effort. And take a look who's here. AZ Slumber is here to rain on the parade of Sem9. A far lob. Not connecting towards Sem9 just yet. And that second one definitely does the trick. Brian. Agent Brian. Now by the corner. Great spot on attack. And this is where it goes down. 1v1 challenge. And he thinks that, oh, maybe it's only one guy around. So he's still going to be on the lookout. But little does he know, Yuhai is still around that vicinity.
Definitely is. Ooh. Agent Brian here going to try to wrap as well, but... from the top there, it's still going to be Sem9. He's down, and Sem9 dealt with 4 times earlier, but now they're going to feel the players of AZ, Lumber, Chiakuta. Pulsing it up now for floor control here for set of Sem9. The pump to the face will be enough as well as Vex Scribe tramples to his feet out on the ground, and that is going to be Sem9 as well eliminated alongside 4 tribes.
I just love the read coming from AZ Slumber. They know very well that Sem9 as well as 4 tribes, they love to go on the duel, and this is where they managed to find that perfect avenue. Meanwhile, BTR caught on rotation, and it's going to be Olio hoping to secure the number. Crazy already depleted, but the shots are actually coming in from the side of APG to further suppress him. So maybe there's a chance that that point gets stolen away. Vexy now gets the knockdown. He's now being sent out. That's going to be some smokes to cover fire for the meantime. Leo, fortunate enough to still stay put, but they lost my beginning from the get-go.
Unfortunate there. He's going to be out. APG here on the other side of the map, though, that's across the vicinity of the players of BTR by Vitality. APG, so talk about the marksmanship, my days. Able to get a knock there. That should be damaging the helmet, I'm sure. Still though, they are still finding the means to get one for themselves. But Zossi now tagged up, but it is going to be him falling back there behind the monster truck. RQ, you're going to go for the drive-by, and it's going to be the player of Todak, Leon, down to the ground and away from the round itself.
Beautiful, beautiful fights that we're getting so far in the span of the early rounds. Now you see so many cluster teams over onto the central area, and now is a shift back into Nova Renoi. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is the worst scenario for the rest of the team, but Talon Esports is gonna be laughing their way to the bank.
Oh yeah, definitely. Most likely, yeah. Nova Renoi in control.
It's so ridiculous.
Look at watch the bridgehead later on gonna get congested by so many squads. On the feed now, the Xavier finds Vampire Esports away through. Vampire Esports finds AZ Slumber. It's a back and forth. Look at the players of APG are scrambling across over the close down the bridge already. But now the Xavier here has to fight between Vampire Esports with Miliao Lao 6 here down to the ground.
Back and forth we go. The Saber so far. Checking them one by one. Here we all the way towards the far back though. There's not much that he can really do about this scenario right now. He does not have any form of vehicles. His teammates are already out. He's absolutely stranded, and the worst news is that that zone is going into the island as well. They've only got about less than 2 minutes for them to really settle the scores. Talon Esports, they decided not to camp on the bridge for far too long, but they are sending a chill to do all the damage. Talon right now, right underneath. Same goes to APG on the further end. They're lobbing nades back and forth at each other. And here comes Boo. Making his debut here over onto the grand finals. As those nades are going too far wide. Not really clipping onto any of these members just yet. And Zyle hoping to make matters worse for Talon Esports.
Can't afford to let this one slip by. You had the control, but now APG persisting to get this one through. He's going to be down to the ground. Doc Refus, y'all, what can you do? Talon Esports still going to be fully composed. Players, but APG Refus finds the nade to connect up against Yoru. But the time is draining. It's definitely in the essence. 2 players knocked here from of Talon Esports. You took the fight. You have the control for yourself. Now you got to deal with this. Deal with a 2v3 now. Who here has to go for the pickup? Looking to drop the smoke as well here to provide a coverage. It might just be a reset, but does it have enough time? Looking like APG gets the call. Axel needs to move in quick. Oh, what's he the clock? Zio Repost on the other side. Gonna go for the spray. Can he get the cancel out? Y'all on the other side. Maul's gonna get blown as well. And now it's gonna be Doc from the back, able to get this one done. And that's gonna be Talon Esports collapsing from the sky.
Talon, they were holding it inside of Novo, and they just extended all the way out, giving away their advantages. And just like that, APG with that timely push has been able to overthrow the whole overall bridge. They still have Axel. But what can Axel do at this current point in time? They've been weakened so much already. And the rest of the field, take a look at them. Everyone's scrambling for that space. Boom Esports, they got a big plan. They took those boats, and they're about to book Nova for themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be a wrap now here. Nova's definitely going to be the initial circle itself. Definitely the circle's just become so erratic. I don't exactly know what's up, but on the feed, RQ finds Docky down himself. Axel Hill looking to go for the commitment here. Gonna be all alone. The last glimmer of hope here for Talon Esports. Looks to go for the pound. Oh, doesn't really get to him as well. APG bring around a rosary from the sky. He goes down, and that's gonna be Talon Esports now here eliminated.
It's so crazy. The work rate for APG is just immense. And right now, pushing right into the compound, it's gonna be between RRQ versus Team Secret. Izzy does it, gets a blow over onto the side of Juke, and now here comes Frankie, and another tab is all it took for the side of the Pecco to break all 5 points. The Pecco, he's the only scorer in RRQ, and he's just stealing the show.
Wow, oh wow. Woo. Definitely looking pretty hot here. A lot of mishaps happened for all these squads. The top dogs in the competition so far has been trampling down. After Esports here down, but the last player here definitely on top of the board. Team Flash still going to be having the full squad for himself. The Alter Ego Air is now going to be going for the rotation as well. It was going to be trailing them from the back, but he's not going to be coming in drawing in here pretty close. They're not picked up here with a Doc, but what can you do when you...
And not much, apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off right there.
It's fine, bro.
It's just the circle's just so trashy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and there's really no room for these teams to really play it on any safe location. And Razy finally getting something in return. Alter Ego still in the blue. None of these guys really want to commit, but they have to take this duel. Rosemary crosses over, and he tumbles instead.
He's tumbling now. Oh my days, the Xavier just deals with the Vikings. Alter Ego air simultaneously. They're mad and hungry and they want to take this round for themselves. Team Flash here, 20 shots up against RQ. Top two on the top side. RQ there from the front. They don't have any options. They just gotta go for the commitment and the nades as well. Pull it up now. Can you get the connection? Not exactly the case. It's a barrage. It's full of control here so far for the Team Flash, but RQ, they try to disengage from the fight, rotating towards the left side of the map.
Look at how many teams are currently disgruntled about the situation, playing by the outskirts, still playing inside of the blue zone. The Peko looking for more, but he got tag on his foot. Oh, big shot coming in for the side of Tops, and that changes everything. Here comes the par. He tries to do something in return, but immediately upon arrival, he gets pinned down at the very same time. Team Flash, their waking magic happens over onto the corner of the map.
But there's something awakened now. See, instead of RQ here, just inside of the zone, bandaging up. Doesn't really have a lot of room to work with. Flash, we got another wave of nades. Doesn't get the connection. Oh, the zone's starting to hurt real bad. They want to call this one quits. That single elimination is just not going to be worth it. But look at the player outside of the Alliance. Might just play for the cut-off as well. Bows knows exactly what's up. All back away. They do instead of the face on for the time being. Not really too safe though. There's going to be a pinch offered, but instead of RQ and Telecom to the Alliance simultaneously soon enough.
Team Flash, I'm just surprised that they've been able to really hunker down over onto this section, and now that area for the bridge is being cleared up. They're still hesitating because they don't know exactly where APG relocated, and there's still that one member of CD Alliance, Oleo, who's currently on the other side of the bridge. Tops, he's going to also regroup, but I wonder if there's going to be any form of retaliation coming in from that individual of CD Alliance. Top's going to be able to go in for the pin down. So it's only down to Munama 99. Who exactly is this? Is this Jimmy OP again, who's called Kasim, who's loved to change his name every now and then? I am honestly having zero clue, but I get tilted when teams actually change their names to something odd.
Because you somewhat just don't know what to say, like
Yeah.
you can't really bring in the narrative if you're not really too certain. You talk about it, and the next thing you know, it's just not him. But hey, Faust though, take some shots here. Telecom Digital Alliance. I mean, haven't really had the best of group here coming from the last 3 rounds, and so far, yep, he's gonna get overwhelmed here. But now here sprays on by, and that's gonna be him out, away sent out from the round.
Okay, with his portrait right there, I can confirm it's actually Jimmy. So,
Give me boy.
it doesn't matter too much now that he falters, doesn't it? So, only 1 point for CD Alliance at the very least. But Team Flash, though, man, look at these boys. 5 points already. Looking for that #1 spot, holding it firm. Whereas Todak, could they hold it on the line? They have 3 members here. And the B line of members of Team Flash is charging right through. A lot of open space, though. But the rest of Todak, they're also playing by the shoreline. BTR, I remember they were playing over on the far end of the shores as well. I'm not sure if they've been able to make the cut into Novonoy already. But hey, these teams, happy to oblige for the meantime. And look who's here. Genthos finally makes his way across the bridge. Not quite there yet, though.
Yep. Definitely not there. Not at all. What if toss up here? The battle of Bridgeside. Look at the outskirts here, just preoccupied by the squads. Kodak, Team Flash, Arc, just he's afoot there. First player 3 of Arc has found 5 eliminations still, and he has to try to probably be alive here to try to back in the elimination, the placement points, but the zone's not going to be closing in once again. Where does it shift towards? Regardless, we all know it's definitely going to be relying towards vicinity of Novo. We're looking like it is going to be staying here towards just a bit of a shift towards the western side of the map. So there's still going to be some parts of Novo here included into the mixture, but definitely for a set of Todak Team Flash alongside Alter Ego Ares and the Xavier, they don't really get to move in anywhere at all.
Oh, BTR. They cannot afford to even come into the zone. BTR is drowning in the waters, being devoured by the blue zone. They didn't really get to play out this match. So unfortunate. Meanwhile, RQ, how many first packs does he really have, realistically? I think he's still got 5 more packs, which is why he's tanking out the blue zone. And just like that, he could still sneak past those players coming in from the side of Team Flash that's been on the hunt for him. Perhaps there is a little room for him to still sneak right through. Whereas Alpha Gaming, we saw they took charge. They went back into mainland, and then once they come back, they've been able to deplete these members of Talent Esports. And now full-on fight between the members of Team Flash as well as Toda. It's really down to Mango holding over the far end of this shoreline to see if they could actually find any form of conversion. Oh, that nade! Absolutely huge onto 9.
Future here. Kodak. Team Flash. Just has it for himself. So far, a bit of a leverage here for side of Team Flash in regards to elevation, but a little bit more things to hide from here for side of Todak. They can really define. Come down to the nades coming through later on. Team Flash actually dodges back away. On the feed though, APG going for the fight against AZ Slumber as well. They're on the other side of the map.
Oh boy, it's getting so tense between all these guys. And somehow Genfoss is still alive, ladies and gents. He's got the view upon those members of Team Flash, but he's not willing to set foot forward. He's trying to tank it out and let them play out those cards. That it's gonna be that vehicle being detonated as well. No more hovercraft for the use of Todak. Meanwhile, we've finally heard some shots. I believe that to be members of the side of Alter Ego that might be challenging some other players coming from the side of APG. And now, the rest of Team Flash, they decided, you know, we're just gonna keep the rest of Todak hostage by the waters. Alpha's gonna be able to pin down those members of D-Saber, and right now, it's a flurry of fights happening in the city.
You all gonna be able to get confirmation here. Finding Lamborghini out the team to 3 eliminations. Overall here, actually for the side of Refus as well. 1 player from the side of D-Saber still gonna be alive and kicking there inside of the compound. It's gonna be an AT. Bring himself there on the 2nd floor. It's gonna be flying on by, but not gonna be able to get a connection here. Talk and Refus definitely gonna try to carry their own weight here. Only 2 remains here for the side of APG, but for the side of Team Flash, though, finds the last end player from the side of RQ, and that's going to be them out away from this round number 4.
Oh boy. APG looking for a whole lot more. Whereas Alter Ego depleted as well. A little bit of a standstill, and we get a glimpse of Superman. They manage to get a tackle onto the member of APG, Zao down. And suddenly, this battle is going to be taking place over on the outskirts instead of the warehouses of Novornoi. Firmly planted for Alter Ego's 2 members. It's going to be D-Saber still fighting for that space, all down to Nate T. What's he going to do? Rivers now pushes in. Brian as well as Asmi, they're holding angles. And Rivers, he knows somebody's out there, but he doesn't seem to get any clue because they're not giving off footsteps.
Refus just playing off the nades still. How many more does he have? That's going to be the last one for him. Gonna be 1 player on rotation as well. No, from the back. No, that is going to be his teammate. Another nade flies on by, but they haven't really challenged there towards the 2nd floor. But now we go back here to Team Flash and Todak. And see there from the front side. Bows holding on. That's one towards the top. Nade's going to connect here for 1 though, and he is going to be tagged up. They find the last involved bullet to get the connection to get the drop. No, the nade beats him to it, and now finds it all down. Top now here, the cavalry arrives. They try to go for the strike here, but now the backup is on. Double challenge to be offered here, but 2 players tagged up for the side of Team Flash. No, Todak might just have picked the wrong fight as Team Flash looks to be in control, but now the backup comes true as well here from the side of Todak. It's a fight that they can't back away from. They want to go for the commitment. Boucher on the right side, looking to swing on by, but they're not going to be overcommitting a chance of battle for pickoff because the players will boom eastwards from the back here as well, putting themselves into the mixture.
And they're just sandwiching between that. Nade connects perfectly. All thanks to Yummy. They managed to get the job done, but now Team Flash, they're still hustling up against the rest of the members of Boom Esports. They still have all 4 members, so this is not a clear sight for the rest of Boom Esports. They're just going to push right through with the buggy that they have. Now, drawing the distance. Fajar trying to find any nook and cranny to hide. These Shore does allow them to play defensively for the current measure. But then again, Tops does manage to get one connecting. 8 points so far for Soccer 2 Flash. Fajar to be confirmed. And right now, they're just being so feisty. After clearing off, told out they definitely had that confidence already. And when exactly does the rest want to get involved? It doesn't seem like they are all too far interested. Team Flash, with that kind of hustle, now pushing towards the side of Yummy. Spots out Mastery at the very same time. So he knows exactly where to look out for these members of Boom Esports.
Esports, something to despite as well. They definitely had a choice already to back it up, back away, but Team Flash is just on the run to double this one down. Out of all 7, they're the only squad that has the full composition. If you can deal with Boom Esports here, deal with Yummy. Beat them having such a pretty good leverage here in regards to this map control, but no one's going to be closing in as well. So far, where does it shift towards to now? Only 2 seconds to find out. Where does it lead towards to? Looking like it does come towards this western side of the map where Alter Ego Eris, the Xavier, and the Vikings is at.
It is still going to be undecided between the two teams, Flash as well as Boom Esports. But I do think that at least once they're settled with this fight, either one of these parties will be able to just find a little bit of way out. Asmi gets cleared out. Oh! Doc, he does it all alone. And APG, they might have actually lost one, but hey, they get to play out here in the top 6. It's crazy to think that there's still 6 teams on the block where majority of all these teams definitely have taken a massive hit, if either by other parties or even the zone by itself. And Yummy, so resilient, willing to really hold it down up against the entirety of Team Flash, the only team with all 4 players still intact in the zone. It's been a long time chilling for the boys of the Savior as well as Alter Ego for the moment where we're having Riff is popping a couple of smokes. That's as far as it gets coming for those teams over in the corner. Now it's going to be a little bit of a snoozy fiesta for now, because one wrong move, they will be sent off of this match.
They're so tough. Everyone's just so devoted to play this round all through. Now it's going to be Boom Esports. M! Osius finds him all the way. Now it's going to be Yummy all alone here, but do they know? Osius going to be out there out in the open. Yummy can go for the spray down anytime. He's going to be taking his time of his life. But now he's going to go for the spray. Fights 2! Woo! No! But the zone's closing in. Oh, the pressure is on, and it all leads to nothing. It's still going to be a reset here, brought to you by the players of Team Flash.
Oh, thank goodness there was Tops there to cover. He's the only one that could actually get those angles with the cover of the tree as well. And now, back on their foot. I mean, overall, still impressive work rate coming from Yummy with that collateral damage. If he could also get Tops, then who knows? That could have been the craziest clutch coming out of Yummy. Still a stack of 4. Team Flash might actually be the only team here to ever walk away with a back-to-back chicken dinner, but they gotta play their cards right. But it's not an easy notion. I mean, they're over on the outskirts. The rest of the teams, they're quite planted well inside the zone. Can't only say the same about APG though. I mean, they're also by the outskirts, needing to go in for the rescue. One of the members being knocked down by the blue zone, or should I say it's actually Tops. They actually got the angle over onto Riffus, and now he's already bleeding out.
Yeah, a bit of a bleed out here for sure. Ooh. APG, MV, KE, the Xavier, Alter Ego, Eris. What more can you do? APG still has 2 players there, but coming in, that's going to be Refus out already. That's going to be Doc all alone. Look at this composition. contrast. 2 players for the side of Alter Ego Ares, 1 for the side of the Xavier, 1 for the side of APG, and 1 for the side of MVKE. And Team Flash is still complete here, and they're just letting the rest of the competition to battle themselves out here, bro.
I mean, it's just crazy to think of it. They managed to win so many fights when they were back in the mainland. And moving into the island, they had to plow through all the other squads. That long standoff against Boom Esports definitely took a toll on them, and now they get to recover. But it doesn't seem like any of these guys of Alter Ego was well to consider. Take a look at Superman. I didn't even notice that Vikings was still part of the equation throughout the whole run because they've been so quiet. And understandably so. It's not going to be quiet for far too long, though. Nate T spots him out. And since that, Nate T kind of reveals that there's one person out there, Alva's just going to chime in. He's got that grenade cooked up. 2 seconds from now, it's about to blow. And that might just be another point being secured from the side of Alter Ego. Down to individuals, I mean, the only other realistic team that could actually go in for the challenge right now is actually Alter Ego. And now Doc has got nowhere else to go. Team Flash, they're going to rack up all these numbers to close up yet again a back-to-back chicken dinner.
Back-to-back they go. The Vietnamese once again about to prevail out of this. Who knows who has to take the fight away? The Xavier is going to be split apart. Alava gets tagged up, but shouldn't matter. Inside of the Smoky Ghost, Nate T might just be able to offer a pinch as well, but he needs to move in quick. 2 players for the set of Alter Ego Rares, 1 for the set of the Xavier. 1 player gets tagged up, and he's going to be top tier. Falling back, then Nate connects for the set of Nate T. Top down to the ground. GSO can definitely go for the pickup. Win doesn't have to go for this overextension, but it decides to peek with a DBS and finds one to himself. Now, it's going to be the Xavier out away from the scene, Alter Ego Ares in a 1v4 situation.
What more can Alva do? He's in the same shack. All down to win right now. Well, they're going for the rescue, and perhaps he can actually get some great angles to actually work with.
Oh my god.
It's closing right in, and the final tap secures it. 2 chicken dinners in a row for Team Flash.
Back to back they go. Able to do the impossible. Team Flash turning up the heat here on the grand finals. Game 4 and 3 to their name. It doesn't matter. Wow, oh wow. Team freaking Flash owning the jungle side of pubgmobile. Match number 4 here on the grand finals. Doesn't matter to him. Clean regardless, and you got to see that at the initial start of the last few circles and stages, you were definitely in control, bro.
Unbelievable. Out of the many lists of names that we think that could have actually topped the record here inside of another island finish, usually the outliers are APG or even arguably Talon. They got overwhelmed, man. Like, and that situation when we had like stage 4, that's only shows that, hey, everybody's got to go to Novo. The problem was all the teams were back in the mainland, and there was only one bridge for them to access this current area of play, and everyone else just struggled. They were forced to fight each other inside of the blue zones, and it was one of the roughest games that we've ever seen out of any Wrangle matches.
Definitely, bro, and just rightfully deserved overall. Wins gonna be able to get the most damage out of all. Nox here for a set of tops, 3 for 3 for a set of Zayas and tops. Bows with 1, 2 for a set of win. And the risks just came through here for the side of the players of Team Flash. I don't exactly know what they consume. I don't know what kind of meal that they had, but one thing for sure, bro, they're definitely fired up.
Absolutely. Overall, this time a little bit of switch of hands. Win, as well as tops, that has been able to really get some pop-off performances. And arguably everybody kind of had to travel really far except for APG, right? So we saw some members of APG, they turned back into the city of Novo, but by then there were already so many challenges for them as they were hoping that it closes into the port instead. But it went haywire when they had to really reconvene into those kind of compounds. And even so, Team Flash, they never played in any of these compounds. They were always on the outskirts. And that was the right call for them to do so. If there's any other challenger that could have actually stopped APG, it was that long duke out between Boom Esports, which Boom Esports kind of held back for most part. And the one that actually secures just about an equal footing was actually this comparison between Doc of APG as well as Alva. 5 eliminations to Doc though, as well as more damage to be done, whereas Alva as well as his teammate mainly just play for that position. They still walk away with the top 2 spot.
And the MVP of the match is going to be no other, once again, win from the side of Team Flash. I mean, all across the last 4 rounds here, Contra, Team Flash has just been dominating this scene, bro. And yes, they were missing out on the first 2 rounds itself, but for them to go back-to-back here on 3 to 4 says a lot. And not only that, I mean, coming from the first 2 rounds, they were definitely impactful as well. So, hey, Team Flash definitely starting off things on a high note here for the first day of the grand finals.
I only want to think about the gap that they currently create in the leaderboards. I mean, so many teams absolutely struggle. But then again, another player that had a super pop-out performance where we last saw was Nepeko coming out of RQ. He was also trying to man around the sector of Milta to try to stop all the teams. And out of the many points from RQ, I believe that he was the one that secured all the points. If anything at all, that was basically another pickoff, so to speak. Well, just to confirm it, it's actually all 5 points in the back because he's got 100% of contribution.
Yeah, hefty 27 points in total here for the side of Team Flash. 13 for all 3 of Alter Ego, RSD, Xavier, and Alpha Gaming. 5 for the side of RQ Rio, Boom Esports with 4 alongside Sem9. 3 for the side of Easy Slumber and MGN Vikings Esports. And 2 for the side of Bigatron by Vitality and 4 Tribes Esports. And gonna be a lot of 1-pointer here for this one. Todak, Silicon Digital Alliance, Vampire Esports, Allen Esports, Massey serves 1 point for themselves, but T2K Esports and Team Secret, which West Miami initial vote came on. Pretty still on this round number 4.
For the top 4, or even arguably the top 5, this is definitely a crazy round to remember. And for the rest of the field, this is a round to forget, right? Because barely they could have actually gotten anything out of this field, which means that there is definitely a big disparity once we take a look at the overall standings. And even the shots aren't exactly all too far. This is just 264 meters coming in from Doc. The numbers of troubles definitely aplenty because a lot of smokes needs to be deployed for them to really keep themselves safe throughout the entirety of the run. And I believe that there was only about a total of all these 60 knockouts because BTR, they never got their way past the blue zone. So those 4 were just devoured by the field by itself. So pretty much average stats other than that. So interesting stuff that we got here.
But definitely, I mean, look at the initial run here for Team Flash. Nearly 70 points, only a point away from them to be able to break the statement. Vampire Esports on 43 points. Such a large margin from the number 1, number 2 spot. Xavier, no, fortunately, they do come up pretty strongly once again here, going to be able to climb up the ranking by 1. APG +3 as well on the ranking with 32 points in their name. And boom, Sem9 going to be still for themselves. MVK, in the process, does drop down to number 7, losing 4 placement points there. And that is going to be Alter Ego Air is actually finding themselves in the competition for the top 9 squads here, with them actually striking at number 8.
Yep. And look at the rest of the field, they're still within the threshold of 10 points or so. And so seemingly the rest of Team Secret haven't really found their rhythm so far alongside with Todak. So I will still say that it's safe for the rest to eventually find some top 4 finishes to be able to bounce right into the first page instead. So, well, what can I say more? I mean, there's just a lot of work to be done, but they couldn't really get things going because the matches just keeps on getting even more difficult every step of the way.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. And much more so over as well. I mean, I was just pretty surprised in how Team Flash was able to sustain this one through. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just round number 4. We still got round number 5 and 6 coming on. We'll be right back, though, after a short break. everyone's pretty much hyped up here. Same goes for us here on the back end. Once again, we're going to be heading straight towards continuation now. The first day of the grand finals here at the Rootless Invitational Showdown 12. Fifth round we go. Contra, what are you expecting, bro?
Well, I'm expecting for all these other teams to fight back because it's been 4 rounds that has been taken all over by all these Vietnamese rosters out there. I mean, the only outlier is Team Secret that has yet to score that chicken dinner. But then again, well, maybe they're going to join in the party as well. But hopefully we don't get to ever see another island finish, which is 2 times already today. And if it's ever the case, maybe these teams would be able to expect it a little bit better so that they could actually have a better trajectory to moving around the map. But take a look at the best performance so far, other than Dlu Ga Si as well as Team Flash. Of course, they did not actually win the chicken dinners here. There was APG with some of the highest damage being dealt. And surprisingly, Sem9 is also here to be backing an average of 7 elimination points, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely, man. And we're over. Just, kind of neglect the fact that APG is just so freaking close to getting this one done, but this hasn't been the case, not just yet, though. Now we look to be going back here towards this run. Back to Wrangle they go. I'm not too certain what to expect here, but winning for sure. It is going to be, I think we're definitely going to be eyeing out for it. And in regards to our predictions, Contra, you know what, man, I'm not going to be losing hope for my boys, man. I would say Team Flash back to back, but at the same time, bro, I feel like Team Secret, they got the bro. They got this one to, probably fully compose the whole Vietnamese squad for predictions.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to change it up a little bit then. I feel like I want a little bit more Malaysian flavor here on the prediction. So with Sem9's effort, if they could have those clean fights again up against 4 tribes, if they get that one on the back, then sure, Sem9 could possibly do it.
Sem9, you're Sem9. I'm Team Secret, production team. What are you going to be voting for? Who is it going to be? The Xavier from Vietnam, expecting to go back to back here on a wrangle. Let's see about it.
Well, they definitely stole the first one, so I gotta say that this is where they will try to prove themselves again. So right now, I think that production's really trying hard to try to match up to the 4 points I scored. But hey, today's my last day. I gotta rack up as many as I could go before they will have 3 days without me. So, yep. I guess I'm just could be seeing if my boys Sem9 could actually do it. I feel like even with a couple of players of their past moving into Toda, it didn't really deter them because they've already feel like their ideal roster. So now you kind of get 2 different sides of iteration. You got the Toda side with the younger prodigies like I gotta recall the name, Depp, as well as another member, Kenny, that's been their main fragger, and that kind of helped Toda to be able to score a little bit more consistent numbers of frags. But then again, Toda's kind of need to remember their winning ways, just like how they did back in the playoffs, because right now they're not exactly in their prime form just yet.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, we've had a lot of fair share of moments there for us out of Todak, especially when it came down to Miramar, and I definitely thought in some way here, approaching those grand finals, that they could definitely be, one of those squads you could definitely be eyeing out for. But unfortunately, for coming from the last 4 rounds, they haven't been, prospering at all. But hey, unfortunately, we still got the last 2 rounds here, and this is an opening for a lot of these teams that hasn't been able to prove themselves worthy in the up on the pedestal there. So hey, we'll see about it. I mean, the last few rounds, Contra, we've seen a lot of shifts already. We've seen a lot of these teams just turn things around, and all of a sudden, they came from the second page of the board all down to top 9, top 7. So anything is definitely to be possible here, Contra.
Definitely so, and we're about to witness history in the making. These are just the initial steps throughout the grand finals day 1. So maybe tomorrow it will be a better reset now that teams will basically go back in the rock spot reviews. So this being the final wrangle match of the night, they got to make it count, as we will now take flight once more into the 5th match of the finals.
Now let's get it on. Act 2, the wrangle we go, and looking like we're going to be starting things off here directly overheading the vicinity of Georgia Pool and will be directly slicing pretty diagonally all across the map. So it's going to be pretty much centralized, I would say, as well. That's not going to be an option for any dropship for Morris, but very, you know, could be an option here. Top for the teams that like to go around the vicinity of Georgia Pool, Rojak alongside shooting range, probably Severny as well, probably Zarki. Jasny, it's definitely out in the picture, definitely into the picture. And for the side of the, you know, small island there, the secondary island, Novo, Noise is going to be also an option as well. Definitely going to be Sosnovka Island. So this is definitely one of the more, you know, kind of life paths that we've seen as well here for Wrangle.
Yeah, and this time I think that is a lot more balanced, so to speak, where you can basically reach almost any areas to play out. So Vampire Esports, they opt for their third location. You remember in the first game they went into the island, second one they went into Fremont. This time, over the corner of Zarki, shots already being fired from the side of Messi, because the last time we saw, it was a battle between them as well as Alter Ego by the side of Georgia Pool, and Georgia Pool is looking pretty congested also with the existence of Team Secret over at North Point. But most often than not, Team Secret, they don't look to partake in those kind of skirmish.
Definitely. And that circle is gonna be, yep, it's the same circle after how it went down in the first run. Yep. Are you seeing it? Are you feeling it? You're smelling it, huh?
I'm smelling it. I mean, if it's leaning slightly more towards, you know, the bottom side of the waters, very likely than not, it will still go there. Unless if you're telling me that it suddenly pops onto the head of RQ on the next stage, then it's gonna be a different lookout. But then again, we're having a member of MVK stranded Superman getting run over, and just like that, it's first blood.
Well, unfortunately for the Vikings, easy slumber. Just gonna be running this one down like a walk in the park. Well, there's still gonna be about 71 players that we gotta worry about here. So far, we have Alter Ego areas actually closing up to the distance between them and Tribe Ermasi. So, might be a possible fight, but they're gonna be definitely split apart on Gaka and the hospital itself. And so far, actually, Georgia Pool is going to be into the place, actually, as well. So, a bit of a stalemate, just a little bit. There's going to be definitely going to be a lot of checking things out here. Alter Ego areas, I mean, Trevor Messi has been known for dropping around the vicinity of Georgia Pool, so they should be expecting one another here inside of this moment.
Yeah, I feel like it does not benefit either side of the party, right? Maybe last round you could argue that, oh, Alter Ego, at least they got in the win, but it could always be a 50-50 when it comes down to these kind of hot drops. BTR, however, having a chase as they're racing upon those members of Thodak, and they decide to fall back because they hurt the engines, but that's actually coming in from the side of RQ. They thought that perhaps this is just more backup coming in the way out of the members of Thodak, but apparently it's not so. Thodak, they find themselves over onto the choke points. Well, Badru gets himself the first pick as Rick over on the foothill got no cover to work with, and Trix instead they take out the main man Rosemary. So this is definitely big news for AST.
Driver Messi falls back away. I mean, it's just unfortunate they lost a rig already out in the process. Rosemary's gonna be down to the ground though. Gonna be tripped on here trying to close out the distance. You're gonna go for a free fire, but unfortunately it just does it a bit too early. It's gonna be tripped on here, coming on by with a pump to the face. Mark is gonna get the shot now, but no, misanticipates it. It's up straight down here for the side of Drake, for the side of Driver Messi. This is gonna be another elimination. Make it 2, make it 3 for his name.
And he's just gotta take his sweet time, and he brings the knife to the gunfight just to exert a little bit more of the domination. And they just didn't really respect the room that they withheld. And now it's only down to Alva. How the tides have turned. And just like that, Trot Ermisi oozing with confidence. And oh man, that's a sucker punch right to the face.
It's gotta hurt. It gotta hurt real bad. I mean, Trevor Messi, I mean, got that one through, but I mean, Alter Ego Eris, unfortunately, miss out for them. Now they only have one player left here go for it to try to make something work out here on this round, but it'll be pretty unlikely now as they've been able to see so far. Now it's gonna be a Lava here trying to go for the fight, but spray down from Yante, puts him down into body shots by Driver Aromasi.
They absolutely showed them what they're capable of. And now, I don't know, moving into the upcoming rounds, how exactly do they really settle this dispute? Because we got one win for AE, another win for AST. So I don't think that their ego will allow them to really move too far off. So tomorrow onwards, there's definitely down for more bloodshed. But over here, we have Kodak as well as BTR as they crash towards the compound. Nine to actually hold out. They do get the chip over on the side of red face. That's 1 point secured, but now they're being absolutely swarmed. The rest of Todak arriving to the scene, and they managed to deplete the entirety of BTR. It's been a cold streak for BTR today, and they're about to be denied catching fire, catching bullets, and catching 0 points here in the final match of Wrangle.
Yeah, it's just definitely not a great look here for set of BTR, and you know, how much more so over you kind of expect them, especially in a map like, you know, a Wrangle where you can some project them to actually take the win, but no, not even an impact at all. It's just them put the stale at all. Now we got to move on towards the next side where it'll be MG and Vikings esports actually. Moving up from the zone itself, there's not going to be a lot of things that they can really do so far, but definitely it's just a battle of checking things out, and Trang here just doesn't have any overview on what's the whereabouts of the situation. A minute and 30 seconds left before we get to see the close out here for stage 1.
I think he's really trying to spot out the remaining members of Trap Aramacy, but Gante kind of have the eye view over onto the hillside. So it's not easy for Trang to really commit as well. They're trying to maybe burn out whatever resources of AST, but I don't know if that's going to be a good case to just risk yourselves by being in the blue, also burning their very own, because the rest of the field, they're already moving into the island, majority of them. We've got 4 tribes, AZ Slumber, Cellcom Digital Lines, and RRQ in the mix. Talon has not moved a muscle since that the circle was upon them since the get-go. Now, we'll really want to see what the update actually brings, because the cluster of them right now are already within the stretch, and Zyle finally getting catchier as they've got visitors inside of the middle base.
Definitely do. APG here. That's AZ Slumber on the other side. I mean, on paper, Gunfight should be much more dominated here with out of APG, but AZ Slumber hasn't been lacking here, at least for the start of the game. They're only gonna go for the shot to up in the doorway. Not gonna be able to get the angle. It's gonna be enough information as well here to relay for the rest of the squad. I mean, after all, APG gonna be fully. It's a full squad composition. They're gonna try to go for this commitment. If ever they do win this clash, then that's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be favored to their way at most. And we get to see now the circle is gonna be shifting, and the military base is still gonna be pretty much included into the mixture. A bit of the mainline action, but majority of the bulk of the fraction is gonna go to the side of the Sosnovka Island.
Ooh, see the Alliance, they're having the firm hold just by the corner of the shorelines, and that's going to be dead center for now. For Trust on the other quarter, they can actually guard the bridge at the very same time to also look for those funnel points to be delivered towards their end. So long as they will be able to be a little bit more proactive on their approach. Speaking of proactivity, AZ Slumber, they lost one towards APG, but they kind of doubled down. They took the 2 other sectors of this current, what do I want to call it? This military base isn't exactly having a pentagon. This is like a horseshoe, so to speak.
Yeah. That's fire there for the Xavier. Lamborghini finds himself out with Yummy here going down underground. Bit of a fight here on this mountainside, hillside, and the push out here. Dig Xavier and Boomy Sport looking to go for commitment up against each other. Lamborghini able to secure one for himself, and the rest of the squad here for the set of Boomy Sports not really finding the best of all anger in this casualty.
Oh, beautiful work. D-Saver, they're just sending Boom Esports on a disarray. Only one member left. Now it's kind of like the same predicament that they had in the last round. The only difference is now with lesser numbers to work with. And then also, I can't really blame them. They were trying to plan themselves up there in the hill, but DEX, they've already been there for quite some time now. And the rest of APG, despite being, you know, in the island for the whole time, they haven't really found that pickoff avenue. Whereas 4-5's camping by the bridge now. Still seeking out for teams who are joining in rather late. Well, they've been able to at least catch some movement within the island. It's a big team secret that will have to make their way across though, so we really want to see what happens there. Oh, Refer's on the rampage. He just goes in on the hot kill. Driving past that member of 4-5 just to take out the lot.
Pushing in once again here. Let's look to shift towards the island itself. APG. And in rotation. We've just got a lot of few actions here up ahead, but look at the positioning for set of 4-5s. I mean, you're definitely going to be looking to gatekeep some players out away, and that's going to be Team Secret actually going to be down on the other side, but I think they got to worry about it too much. So also I'm going to closing in now here, 5 seconds remaining. And it is going to be, is it going to be a shift down towards mainland, or is it still going to be the Snovka Island? And once again, it is just going to be a split of both.
Wow. Lucky for D Savior, man. Like, they don't really have to further commit, but then again, I still think that it's going to end up over onto the south side, though. And even so, there's barely any space to play. Take a look. MVK is still holding over blue zone, keeping AST hostage. This is quite ridiculous. Like, how much do you need to do just to gain that 1 point, man? Just get in the zone already.
Mixture of greed, probably. I don't exactly know, but
It's not
definitely a tough calling. Yeah, it's not worth it. Come on.
Look at them. 3 first 8. They're relying on bandages. And it's going to tip over. Oh, thankfully not. Thankfully not. Oh,
Bro,
okay.
imagine.
It could have been worse. It could have been so much worse. I mean, what were they thinking? I mean, I thought that it's only going to be for stage 2, but stage 3. I mean, these guys got to get the hell out of here.
No, yeah. These are definitely not the times where you can just say leave it to the pros.
Yeah, I trust them on a few maneuvers, but that a little sussy, I would say.
Yeah. You know, we've seen a lot of teams actually falter, especially when it comes to just being so late in rotation, though. And yeah, I mean, you've been able to bag your first winner run chicken dinner as well here for today, but are you certain about this? But hey, we'll see later on and what's gonna be the aftermath of their decision there. But for the time being, though, we are seeing that T2K is gonna get into a fight up against the players of RQ.
That's a long range one, and APG. They initially doubled down on the possibility of having that circle to be moving to the middle base, and now they have to charge outwards, which gets a little bit more tricky because when you're inside of middle base, the vehicle spawn rate is actually quite low, unless if you actually go out over on street to actually pick up a buggy or whatever there is. So they're not quite in the clear for the moment. 4-5, happy to sit still. Half of Team Secret is in the zone, so maybe this could be a potential for a pickoff up against Docky as well as Frankie. I love that, you know, majority of these members of Team Secret has a form of a ring to it. It always ends with a Y somehow. Juke, GK, Docky, Frankie, like, kind of cute, no?
Yeah. Entry. Huh? Anyways, though, Talon Esports finds himself in a fight up against Todak now, and that is going to be Todak actually feeding off from the bullets. But or thrives in the contrary is going to be still holding it out still. I mean, bro, I mean, I swear, man, every time that it's the last rounds, everyone just decides to take it slow, and everyone's just so cautious. And how do they want to take that approach?
Oh, take a look at those members of the Savior. They're still planned over on those corners. And as much as we talk about taking things slow, I think it's about time that we're actually having some teams enrolled in some of the Duke outs by being outside the blue zone at the very same time. So they got biscuit for the biscuit right now. Then just succumb to getting nothing in return, so might as well just fight. Zeus gets a catch over onto a member of VPE, while Kids finally arrive to the scene, and they're met with the rest of the Savior just by this corner.
Oh my days. Now here it persists once again here. Mounted hillside. Fights coming in here. Vikings late off the rotation here, but does it matter towards them? And so far, the Xavier gonna try to run away, but no! Oh, overextension for that one. He buys him his own life, and it's gonna be a battle for Trace now here on the top side. Parajin able to take tens away. Domination right here on the side of the Xavier, but the job's not yet over. Now, still pushing through. Levi's on the top side will be able to find the pleasure Triber Massey, but the Vikings is still on. But I think the Vikings will now pull back away, and Nathan's gonna try to close this things out. Goes for the shot, pop through. One more bullet to connect, and then it is them here falling down. The Vikings, all of that waiting for nothing.
All that waiting did not pay off, and at the same time, remember AST? They also got choked out. So AST, they were succumbing to the blue zone. A little bit of a bumpy ride for decided to win. That's not going to be depleting him for far too much. But their health bar is slowly melting to the blue zone. They're trying to make their way into the zone. And Satria and the rest of Sem 9. Will they be able to make the cut? They're all so low. They cannot even afford to take a pit stop to get themselves the first 8 that they required to do so. 4 tribes, somehow still chilling. Didn't have to move too much. Keeps Secret now over a bridge, and ease! He got shut down with the arrival of Vijaya.
Goes on to 2K now here. Back away. Going through. Out the front side. The zone's going to be closing in as well. The point of no return. They just got to go for commitment. Sam 9 on the top side. Team flash into the mixture as well. Caught in between the players of Talon, Esports, and Sam 9. Now it's gonna be a fight here up front. Sam 9 so far finds win away, and it's gonna be Zias as well. Sam 9 so far in control.
Wow, a firm challenge coming in, and it's going to be a big rumble as the rest of Talon also closing right through. They don't really have cover, and they catch on some fire, but it does not really deter the wrath of Talon Esports looking for the final tap, and they do it up against you high. 5 points going for the kill streak, and there's just so much more for Talon to claim, but there's still T2K arriving from the back, and now it's collateral damage upon the rest of Talon, and the next challenges here are RQ going for even more. It's back and forth, but it is names being deleted one after the other, and now down to Igneous. Can he actually hold on?
Game of no definition for T2K. Hold on tight, RQ into the mix. Oh, flash after flash they go. Lapar now here leading this one through. Igneous tagged up here to be confirmation for the knock itself. Mimi from the other side. Gonna go for the spray off the head. He goes! And RQ goes for the overextension, and they get punished here by the side of T2K.
Mimi, the savior of the situation. And just like that, take a look at T2K. 11 points already. Ridiculous, I tell you. And now they get to play a whole lot more. That space being created. Still 10 more teams remain. Levi's now locked out. Over the corner, blue zone. Jiki holding him alongside with Juke. Team Secret playing it so strategically. Choking out the team that's been the winningest in Vietnam as they want to be the new guard to take over. But Levi's, I don't think there's a space for him to really realistically play against them.
Not at all. Bit of a winning game here so far. Now the shot's gonna be fired here, but it's out of Team Secret. So far, they got the Xavier under the custody, so it shouldn't be a problem for them. But they're gonna worry about the rest of the crew, though, just right around the vicinity of the bridge side there on the outskirts. And overview them any moment of time, but Succumb DG is gonna be preoccupied by Vapor Esports, if I'm not mistaken. Lost a boom as well there from the side, and that is gonna be him now out away from the scene as well. We drop down to the top 9 of the players or the squads here of this round here.
Still so much more to play for. Succumb DG Alliance forming a bunker with their vehicles. And it's just so scuffy on how things have turned out. Every single time we go into Wrangle, it's always been inside the island. It's been so rough. Four Tribes so far playing it very passively. It's not really found all too much, but 2 points under the name of Naki. Fallout got taken out very early on, and now my beginning is going to be moving towards this direction. Just about enough damage. We see the smokes already coming out of the hovercraft, so that should be enough for the rest of South Competition Alliance to once again regroup and then look to retaliate.
They definitely do. Well, this one down here, just a bit of playing ground here, no man's land. Look at the top 3 teams here. Only one for each end. No one here has the best of all call. Should be Team Secret actually pulling away with this one. Don't know, not until the game closes it out later on. Now 20 seconds left before stage 5. Conditions away from this round. Now it's gonna be Vampire. He's now eliminated as well. They only got 1 elimination for them. So unfortunate. Gotta continue 10 more seconds here for the next shift of the circle.
Somehow T2K got themselves the best spot possible. So vantage point up the hillside. Those all alone. Frankie on the other end. And then you take a look at AZ Slumber. They still have the full stack somehow. Very healthy to actually challenge the rest of them. Team Secret goes on the 2-2 split. The other two occupied with Nate somehow still holding on. And these Sabres like cockroaches that's not willing to give way, but eventually they got stomped down.
Oh, big shot. Big Xavier out. Dockey's gonna be down on the other side. Team Secret so far. Get the full ride composition, but same goes for a set of AZ Slumber. Syringe. Closing it up. Becky from the top here, gonna go for the spray. And he gets a shot to connect up against Agent Bryant. The battle between the players of AZ Slumber and Team Secret.
They do have the high ground for now. AZ Slumber, they've been inside the compound for a very long time. I'm not too quite sure whether they are going to be going in for the call to save Brian. They kind of need this firepower at this moment to really overwhelm the rest of Team Secret, and if they want to, they got to do it real quick. Asmi now sent out to do that duty. Goes somehow, flicking all around. Could be the Tornado Flesh on the other side of the party. See the Alliance, they try to make their way across the street, but Jaya has been keeping close watch. And 15 points already, T2K is on the streak. They might not even need a chicken dinner at this point. They're already the winningest team here inside of the map.
Most definitely, yeah. They're bagging in the most eliminations here. They still got 3 players to worry about, 3 players to hold on to as well. Gonna be more than enough for them to change the tides all around, but T2K gonna go for another touch hole here up against AZ Slumber. They're not yet over.
Go. Oh, the catch. Once again, Ajaya. So sharp today. Now the back and forth going on, but it is tax after tax this time. It's going to be involvement coming in for the side of 4 tries. Those will put it then. Brian goes back on the ground again.
Back after shots. T2K once again finds Shaiki all through as well. Oh, Mimi. I'm quite wild and hot. We're to deal away. AZ Slumber only has Mies. And that's going to be Jukai here, able to get the shot. Now he's the last player alive and kicking for a set of AZ Slumber. And now they're going to try to close up the distance here with the DBS. Will it be the biggest mistake? Oh, yes, it will be. And the confirmation of the kill, you had the odd for yourself. And now you drop the ball. You had 4 players to your name. And you take the fight you couldn't hold on to. Now it's going to be 4 tries from the back, able to get the cutoff. And now T2K here looking to turn things around.
Oh, big save coming from Asmi, and now he gets to pick up Miss, gets to also contribute with this 2v2 duel. Naki surviving that brunt of the damage, and now it's down to T24 for the side of 4 tries. They're all wrestling for that space, but there's still T2K who's going to be rapidly upon them, as every other team has already been weakened up already.
Now's the time for them to go for the check on the lowest, and a big shot for T24 OP! I have elements to their name. Look at the composition once again. It favors the players. T2K, AZ Slumber is out. What left remains is the players of T2K of Nepal, the Pakistani crew of 4 Thrives, Team Flash, and Team Secret of Vietnamese crew. Who will it be? On seems to favor the players of T2K, and they feed a nade towards the last and final player of Team Secret. We're down to the top 3 squads remaining.
And Bose, he's sneaking in between these 2 members. They don't know at all. He cannot afford to move a muscle. Could he actually find the angles right? Rule singled out. I think he's considering it right now. Maybe went the other side. This could be a big pickoff. Doesn't know. Does he now? He's walking towards this direction. He's got to take it though. He's got to do it now. Oh, Bose! He finally got it.
Does he drop the numbers? And now Fork Crab has the best of all odds. They got 2 bullets for themselves. Ajaya, they had it all. And Flash getting tagged up. Bose stays alive. T24 OP on the other side of the hill. Nade's gonna fly on by. That should be directing towards the player of Bose. Oh, the nade connects. And now the battle persists with T2K and Force Rise, the battle of Pakistan, the battle of Nepal.
Ajaya needs to find one more for that 20-porter for T2K. Naki now knocking on the doors. And here comes the grenade. Flushes out the position of Naki. He soaks the brunt of it, bringing him down to 60%. And here comes the push. T24, can he actually find it? Ajaya now S12K. Does it land? And it seems that it will be 4 tries to finally found a chicken dinner here in the grand finals up against the streaking side of T2K.
It was a pretty bleak start there for set of 4 Thrives, but fortunately for them, we were able to get the read on factor here for set of Team Secret. We had it all before Trash came from the back later on, and they were able to clean up what 80 Slumber started up against Team Secret, and all led up to this full massive control. And that play there from the set of Bows for set of Team Flash really changed the tides of the fate of the players of T2K. If Bows didn't make that play, bro, T2K would have had it all as well. They were feeling it. They were fumed up, but regardless, you did say as well, they don't even need to win a winner chicken dinner to be on the number 1 on top of the board here, because they were able to back so much eliminations here, bro.
Yeah, it's just so many points all being funneled towards the members of T2K. But then again, of course, for Tribes, I think that the way that they played was very calm and calculated, because they know that, hey, if they guard the bridge well enough, they should be able to get a couple of points. They did that initially, and then they decided, you know what? That zone's going to be moving deeper and deeper to the islands. We already have, you know, the right avenue of control. So they extended it out, and they've been able to eventually look for those pickoffs. And then down towards that fight in between T2K as well as Team Flash, Bose, that cheeky angle that he's been hiding by the buggy kind of deteriorated the chance for T2K. Or if he didn't manage to take those 2 members out, very well, this could have actually been T2K that still has that firm control.
Definitely, Matt. I mean, it was bound to happen for a set of T2K. They were supposedly going to be able to come out of that round with a chicken dinner, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. You didn't tank. Fortnite's got to tank Bounce for that one, though, for the first set of Team Flash. And now, get to see so far. Going in near for the set of Team Secret. Unfortunately for them, they had the best of all odds, but they put themselves in a situation where they couldn't really recover from. And unfortunately for them, they got overwhelmed. Team Flash, on the contrary, Bounce. I don't even know what to say, bro. You know exactly what you did, man. You did T2K dirty, bro.
They did him dirty, but that was a big clutch coming from Bose. I mean, not gonna lie. In those kind of situations, he's got those brick brains to really work out that kind of duel where usually it's only good for 1 knock, and then that's kind of it. But he managed to actually trade for 2. So that is still a massive chunk of points being secured from the side of Team Flash. Now, let's take a comparison to the numbers. I mean, it's hard to really beat when this team just racked up a total of 20 points, right? So T2K Esports, despite not securing the chicken dinner, 28 points is what they walk away with here in the grand finals in match 5.
It's pretty hefty amount here, considering the fact that, you know, where everything's going to be going down to the wire. No, not much of a major standout there, except for Team Flash. But now take a look at the MVP of the very game itself, and it is going to be no other than T2K Ajaya with 6 eliminations to his name. God damn.
Man, it just begs the question, like, if he's got 6, then the rest of his teammates just got just about similar numbers as well, right? 941 damage is something that is not easily achievable, and he's the one that has been the one to hold the rest of the teams. Remember that battle over the back? They went up against RRQ, there was Boom Esports, there was Alter Ego, and they just took out all the Indonesian party. They don't care what emblem that they're wearing. They are just sure to be the Indo Slayers.
Yeah, they That's a pretty wild title to have, you know, being in its layers. But they definitely owned it for sure, especially on the some casualties that we're able to brought up that we're going to bring up in towards the very round itself. Let's take a look at the whole composition here. Top performers 5% of Igneous and Rules himself, Ajay with 6. Ooh, such a very high killing game here for set of T2K. And with that being said, though, they're going to be able to bag in those 26 total points on the round there, bro.
It's just so wild. I mean, take a look at that. 4 tries with the chicken dinner. They're 10 points shy because they only got those 6 elimination points. I mean, these are monstrous numbers coming from T2K. While Team Flash, they've been able to still go on a hike and really found themselves some great catches where they've been able to deny T2K's victory. Meanwhile, it's still pretty much great numbers for these top teams from Vietnam to maintain themselves secret with double 8s coming from the Savior as well, double 5s for AZ Sumbler as well as Talent Esports. The Res Walk at least got themselves in certain application, but early on we saw Bigatron by Vitality. They got taken out very early, and not even walking over a point was just crushing them overall because they have not gotten a single round into the top 4.
Yeah, man. BTR by Vitality, I don't exactly know what's wrong with them, but that's just I'm so stale over the course of like the last 5 rounds. And is it the gunfight's not really feeding to their way? Is it the way that they decide to take this one through? And on the first initial time that we worked together, Contra, we were able to witness a very convincing place for us to beat there of Vitality, but it didn't really happen. But now let's take a look at the tally of the scoreline. It is 79 points here for the side of Team Flash, 46 for the side of the Xavier. Vampire Esports will have 45, 38 for the side of T2K. APG will have 33 for themselves, English for the side of 79, and the rest will live on, bro.
That's right, and we're definitely seeing massive improvements coming out of the block. With that chicken dinner, or should I say the amount of 26 points, easily they've been able to reach back into the race here in the top 4. Whereas improvements coming from the side of Team Secret as well as Talent Esports to see them pushing upwards. Turca right now sits down below alongside with BTR as they only had a couple of points that they've been able to back for the past couple of rounds, but this time none at all for the side of BTR. So I'm afraid that in the grand finals, if this continues to be the case, then some of these teams won't be able to even consider a challenge when it comes down to Smash Day on day 4.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, with that being said, that's story number 5 said and done. We're going to be heading straight towards the last and final round. All right, after this break, we'll be right back, guys.
To the ring. Let's go. Step into the ring. Step into the ring.
we're finally down to the final match of day 1 here in the grand finals, and looks like we've got someone new to break the spree of the Vietnam domination, and that is 4 Tribes. T2K, they got themselves a lot of attention because they scored themselves a total of 19 points in that round, and now are sitting in the top 4.
I don't know about you, bro, but I was really feeling myself for some Team Secret on the run.
I mean, they had it all. They got the complete competition, but they just dropped the ball. But hey, it's okay. We go back to match number 6, and it is going to be Miramar. Top performer so far here in Miramar has been Team Flash with 7 average rank points to their name, average eliminations of 11, and their survivability is no question at all. 27 minutes to their name.
Yep, and they're the ones who actually back like 2 chicken dinners in a row, which is why they have like all the max stats over on their side, essentially. I mean, they are just so proficient on how they've been able to really play this out. So now, what's a big relief is that there's no such thing as an island ending, unless if it goes all the way into Impala, if it ever does. So I think like we're definitely getting a different kind of play style for sure. So this time, you know, Vampire Esports, they tried really hard for the first 3 games. They couldn't really get it. I think the 6th time is the charm, right? So my vote goes to VPE.
VPE, there you go. I think I'm going to go for Team Flash here. I feel like they're going to try to break a record and actually, you know, bag and free whatever their chicken dinners for today. So Team Flash, there you go. And what did he say about no island ending? You know, I played myself in the PC client back in the days, and you know where it ended? It was in the island on the eastern side of Puerto Paraíso, bro. That right there was pretty hectic.
It's crazy, man. It's like whoever gets the first dibs actually just wins out by default.
Is that a possibility in mobile?
Okay, I remember one of the global finals, the very final game, it actually ended up there. It's crazy. I tell you, like, the tension between the teams who was hoping to really score, and then there was like 2 teams that were really vying for the title. It was really a firm race, and man, I just gotta really rewatch the lots to recall who exactly won the championship. But then again, it's
possible. Okay.
It's very possible, but the likelihood is very low nowadays because like the tendency of the circle to drop near any form of water terrain is very, very low. So that kind of pulls the case where, you know, back then the old updates, they don't care if it's body of water. They never had this kind of coding where, oh, it negates water. And hence why sometimes you get ridiculous zones which actually just close into the bottom of water, and then like you see 2 tree swimmers trying to survive, and you can't do anything about it. It's so frustrating, you know? Like, it's crazy.
I've had a memory as well one time where I was playing the PC client once again, and I think the only obstacle that we had was the drop itself, the loot drop, nothing else. So we were trying to, like, you know, hop inside of the box, hop on top of the box, and try to take each other out. Oh, I guess they did get that fixed already. I mean, come again, I lost out a lot of years for PUBG itself overall, but hey, we'll see about it. Slight bit of, you know, yapping going on here, ladies and gentlemen, but now let us go straight towards the last and final round of the first day of the grand finals. Contra, we're heading straight once again to Miramar.
It's always gonna be some great battles that will take place in this legendary map, and I'm definitely down for a whole lot more. I mean, we saw how technical things can actually get, where teams so far love to go in for those third party. Whoever fights the first bullet here is definitely going to be really receiving the full brunt of the damage. So we'll have to see how this one plays out for the final matchup of the night here in the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. If you guys definitely want to get more of the action, make sure you tune in for the other days as well. Same time, same place. Make sure to subscribe and follow, as we are going to take you through the final course of the night.
Okay, here we go. Flight path here, going to be slicing north from the northern side of the map, heading straight to down south. Going to be leaning towards the western side of the map, so definitely going to be La Cabrera alongside El Pozo. Monte Nuevo, Chumaquera, Los Battle Del Mar, and Los Higos is going to be involved in the picture as well. There might be a long line that could happen as well, headed towards the direction of Los Leones, La Vendetta, Los of the Graveyard, and Hacienda del Beltran, and San Martin, and water treatment as well, if ever any of the teams would like to drop in there. But regardless, it's not really the worst flight path of them all. I mean, it's pretty generous still. There's definitely going to be a lot of favored drops from these squads that could definitely come through here, Contra.
True enough, and also I'm glad to see that almost every player actually gets their picture on the board already. Great Bull, we've seen this face before back in Phase 9. I think the only reason why they didn't really include this picture is because they haven't delivered their brand new jerseys. So, yep, finally we get some of all these updates so you guys can see clearly. Talon, though, they're hanging out in the Oasis. Out of the many places to start off, a very interesting start. As 7-9 is also not too far off. Oh, what did we talk about body of water again? Excuse me? Are we serious about this time around? No teams really get into the zone from the get-go. Okay. I see how it is.
Impala. 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 Making it happen. Making it happen, bro.
I think it's very highly likely that it's still on the mainland, but then again, I'm not too sure. We've been bamboozled 2 times already, 3 times actually tonight. And guess what? We got ourselves a little bit of a mix-up with Axel versus Zero. Oh, that was wait. No chance for a reaction, but boom. We'll send Yummy to eventually make it uneven. So they will be able to at least go toe-to-toe, 1 point each.
Coming through here, yep, that's going to be the first blood here for the side of the Falcons. Unfortunately, no flying for you on this round, but look at this. Dindo on the bottom side of the screen. That's going to be a big goal standoff as well. And I'm not certain how this one's going to play out, but one for sure, yep, they are going to be here looking to go for the commitment. And it's going to be a battle here between Alter Ego Ares and AZ Slumber.
Yeah, I saw a member reaction taking the explosive crossbow just to try to erupt whatever's inside of the areas. Miz now finds them pretty much botched up, and oh, beautiful knock with a jump shot on that micro Uzi red dot. Here, Alba coming across, he kind of pulls a little bit of decoys just to pull away from their other teammates, but instead they're withered down. AE, they don't really seem to have the health bars to work with.
True here. Kuta. Looking here with a teammate as well. They're gonna go for the triple cow. They're gonna go for the pinch. Now their ego Ares just like that. Gonna be eliminated from this last and final round. Unfortunate for the set of Alter Ego Ares. I don't think that. Hell, oh, that's what are you doing? Yep, he's mad, bro. He's mad and hungry.
He's even taking the crossbows out just to explode on his own teammates at the very same time. I mean, they're having a whole lot of fun out here. And take a look at Alter Ego stagnating even further. At the very least, they got 21 points. I mean, that is directly in the middle of the pack right now. But then that's not good enough, sitting at 11th spot. Very easily, the rest of the teams will look to overtake via U-High Boy. Gets a catch over onto Boo. There's just no other room where Talon could actually walk away from this. That's the problem about dropping in Oasis. You're not exactly in a city full of loots, and then when you want to exit, there's still areas to cover. Like, I don't know whether it's the areas of La Bandita or even over on the North Point where you have other shacks to play with. So